Hi there, this is Jackson's Beer Reviews. I'm Jackson.
I'm Gabe, what's up?
Today we're reviewing Russian River Brewing Company out of Sonoma County, California's Damnation Ale.
Damnation indeed. Never had it, I'm really excited to try it. Love Belgian ales. Love the richness, love the strength, love the little sneakiness of them too. You never quite think they're as high ABV as they are, and then, hello.
This one's golden ale, so let's crack her open, give her a pour, and see what she smells like.
Let's check it out. Now this is not a traditional Belgian golden ale. This is going to be a variation of it. It's more technically a Belgian golden strong ale, if you will. So really excited for it. Haven't had many Belgian golden ales myself. If this cracker can get this open.
All right, we got it.
All right.
You want to pour that?
I'll get it.
All right.
Now let's check out the pour here.
It's definitely golden.
Ooh, yep.
And it's going to be...
Gets a nice head very, very fast. Really reminiscent of a lot of other Belgians. You can see how quickly that head goes up. At least 2 fingers right there. And that's not even half a glass. Kind of a foamy... I'm going to call it an off-white head. It's definitely not as pure white.
A little of that yeast.
Some lagers. Ooh, yeah. I love the yeast.
We should probably swirl it, actually.
Swirl it. See, on the bottle, it actually says to pour it slowly to leave the yeast sediment in the bottle. I like drinking the yeast. It gives me a much richer flavor. I just like stuff that twists my tongue.
Brings the flavor out, like, all the way. Alright, so yeah, it's pretty, like, soap sudsy, pretty loose head, but about finger and a half or so. Color-wise, it's a nice straw, hazy straw. It wouldn't be so hazy if we didn't put the yeast in there,
Yeah,
but
I can see
it's
yeast
pretty hazy.
all over the bottom of mine.
Kind of looks like apple cider a little bit, at least in this light.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Not quite as copper, a little more golden than apple cider, but about that viscosity it looks
Yeah.
like.
I'm kind of getting like a hay, maybe a little bit of an apple.
Definitely a really fruity nose. A lot more grassy than I thought it'd be. Certain Belgians, like really traditional Belgians, can definitely be a lot more floral, botanical, and grassy. This one's got a really light grass scent to it, though.
Yeah, it definitely smells just like a Belgian yeast, though. Like it
Yeah.
smells like I think a grainy, like grainy is like the way I describe it. Like
Yeah,
it smells
absolutely.
grainy. So let's give it a taste.
Well, let's check it out. This is our unbreathed, untempered taste.
Yep.
Huh. That's really interesting. I definitely get a lot of notes that you would really normally get from a Bavarian Hefeweizen. The banana, the clove, the fruitiness of it.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a Dunkelweiss or a Weissbach?
No.
Okay. It's basically a double Hefeweizen. This is really reminiscent of it. It's not quite so thick, if you will, and the ABV isn't quite there. To
Make it one of
mimic, to mimic a Doppelbock or a Weissbach, but really reminiscent of the mouthfeel. A little lighter, but God, that's got a lot of hef notes.
Yeah, this one is really citrusy though. At the same time as being kind of banana-y, clovey, like it's like a little bit of like
a little bit of orange peel.
Yeah,
maybe
orange peel
a little bit of
or-
orange effervescence.
Yeah, definitely some of that. It's got that typical Belgian yeast like
Yep.
flavor and texture quality to it.
It's pretty solid. I'm really surprised with this beer right now. Maybe it'll open up and get more complex and less Hefeweizen-like after it breathes and temps. But right now, this is really similar to a Hef. I'm very
Yeah, it's only been out of the fridge about like
a couple minutes, 5 tops.
probably not even that. Probably like probably 5. We waited for a little bit. So
Yeah. Well, cool. Well,
Yeah.
we'll be right back with you after this gets
Warms
up to
up a
temperature a little bit and after it breathes and opens up.
we're back. We let this one warm up a bit. So
Let's check it out. Let's check the nose
yeah.
again.
I'm just still smelling that strong grassy kind of
See, almost for me, the grass has faded away a little bit, almost into
grainy. It's still grainy to me.
It's almost like a grainy wine smell. See if you catch any white wine off that.
Maybe just small hint.
Maybe I'm smelling the alcohol. This is 7.75, so I could be smelling the alcohol off it.
I'm getting a little bit more.
But it's definitely,
fruity
it's definitely opened up into some fruit, like maybe a little bit of pear and apple, a tiny bit into it. Interesting. Let's see if the drinks change.
Yeah. Well, right off the bat, it hits with that Belgian yeast again for me, but then it kind of moves into an apple flavor. It tastes almost like identical to a Granny Smith apple with a little bit of grain on it, flour or something.
Yeah. I definitely get that aftertaste on the tongue coating. I definitely get kind of Granny Smith apple peel, the peel specifically.
Yeah.
Now that this is breathed and now that it's kind of gotten to temperature, it's definitely less reminiscent of a hef, which is actually really interesting. It's opened up and mellowed out, if you will. The banana and the clove and all the spices are still present, but they're just not up front like they were before it temped and before it breathed. It's definitely just mellowed out into that like Belgian yeast flavor.
It's Belgian-y apple. Yeah. That's all I'm getting right now out of it. I like it. It's pretty good. Well, I'm going to give this one, I think I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. It's not my favorite Belgian out there, but it's still pretty good, I'd say. Maybe I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I'm going to modify that. Because it's definitely better than average. Budweiser gets a 5 on my scale, so this is definitely a lot better than Budweiser.
I definitely have a different rating for this. I don't know if I have a different taste for Belgians or if my palate's just different, but I would give this only a 4 or a 5. For me, Bud Light is a 0. So that's saying a lot. It's a great beer still at a 4 or 5 in my book. It's just not complex enough, if you will. I don't want to call it a boring Belgian because it's not boring at all. It's a very enjoyable drink.
Just really kind of like 1 or 2 notes to it.
Right.
It's not complex.
It's simple. It's easy to figure out, and I mean, for the price, this was $6.99 for the bottle.
It's definitely not worth the money, I'd say.
Not worth the money.
I'd say it'd probably be great buy at $4.
Yeah, $4, I would get this all day. $7, I'm sorry, I'm looking for a little more complexity here. A little more richness. I don't know. It's definitely good. Definitely good. I mean, if you haven't tried it, pick it up. If you're a Belgian fan, pick it up because you will love this if you are a Belgian fan. And keep in mind, this is a Belgian gold ale. So
I tend to agree with a Belgian fan. Well, not necessarily. Depends on your style of Belgian. I, as a Belgian fan, tend to be more of the quads, triples, doubles.
Right.
And this just isn't killing it. It's not hitting it for me. Let's put it that way. Yeah. It's pretty decent, but it's not anything to go out of the way for.
It doesn't tickle my fancy.
It's drinkable all day. You could drink these all day and have a great time.
And end up on the floor. Shit. 7.75. All right.
All right. So.
Well, that was that. Cheers.
That's that. So, as always, beer's meant to be shared. So drink up.
I'm out.
All right. Boom.